I'm here with our beauty pageant king,
Oh,
Scuba Steve. Not quite.
take it.
All right, all right. He's king in our eyes because we are talking about this crazy looking fish that I don't think you want to touch.
No, this is a lionfish. And the lionfish...
It won't bite you.
No, it's not going to attack you. But the lionfish, it is a venomous fish. The spines, it has up to 18 spines. Usually the ones,
Yikes.
the first 3 up here, on all of its spines, on the dorsal, pectoral. It has a long, flowing, feathery look to it.
Okay.
And it'll take and corral little species of fish, mainly the juveniles.
Be a little fish right
on
now.
the reef. It flares out and it just kind of corners the little fish. Mainly the ones we like are the grouper.
Okay.
The lionfish eats a lot of the juvenile grouper. In fact,
sounds like it has taste buds like me.
Yeah, it's a very slow moving fish. It has these feathers kind of out, and then it'll kind of hood them in a little corner like, and then it has the mouth, and it just opens up real fast and just basically vacuums the juvenile fish, eats them whole.
Suction cups them in, I guess.
It's not good for little fish.
Poor little guys.
I know I was over in the Bahamas on a dive trip, and they had stated over there that the grouper population had declined 20% since the lionfish had been introduced.
So these are kind of bad guys for environment.
The lionfish is an invasive species. It's native to the Indo-Pacific area.
And what is that?
Korea, Japan, Australia, Polynesia, mainly the Pacific waters.
Okay.
But it has been introduced from people letting them out. They get too big for the aquarium. They're a beautiful fish as long as they're in the aquarium. They're pretty good for the East Coast, but they have taken over. There are a lot of different people that are different research. They're doing a lot of tests. Sure. They're very bad for our ecosystem over here right now. Our ecosystem is not used to this fish being in, and we're losing a lot of juvenile fish. NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, they're doing a lot of research, trying to figure out how to maybe reduce the population without having to introduce another invasive species to take over.
Now you got this big little sword, poker, I don't even know what you would call this. You mentioned you don't want to touch these.
You don't want to touch them.
Lionfish.
This is a typical little paralyzer head spear. It has the 3 points on it.
I'm gonna stand back here.
I'm not going to shoot you, I promise.
Thank you.
But this is something
Happy
that's
Monday, everybody.
kind of convenient for the
You're making me
average diver to carry along. I'm not going to point it towards you.
No, instead he's pointing it at Chris, our weather guy, right behind the camera.
Chris is running too. But this is basically a Hawaiian sling type.
Okay.
So what you do is you pull it up, you stretch the rubber band like this, and you just hold it in your hand.
And when
you're close to the fish, and they're very slow and docile until they make the attack.
Okay.
And then you let go. Of course, this goes very rapidly,
Getting me nervous.
and it spears the lionfish.
Wow.
The next problem is you have to take them off the spear before you get stung or hit one of those barbs.
Now, what do you do with them real quick after you spear them?
Well, they're very good to eat. They have a complete cookbook out on lionfish.
There you go. So even though they're poisonous, you can still eat them.
Yeah, just be careful cleaning them.
There you
go. But they bring upwards of $26 a pound for the meat. So you can only get them. They don't catch them on a hook. So basically you have to kind of find them and spear them. So mostly it's your commercial spear fishermen. Maybe somebody might accidentally catch one, but not normally. Well,
Scuba Steve, you just give us so many great lessons, I tell you. He's got more information for us when we come right back. There's much more Good Day after this.